Ferg is here. This is Hip Hop Nation. This is special, man. New album is out there right now. Always Strive and Prosper. What's good, Ferg? How you feeling, man?
I feel good, man. I just got back from LA.
Crazy.
I'm like a little jet lag right now.
A little jet lag?
Yeah, like straight
plus
from
a little
the
bit of that LA too, right?
Oh no. I don't smoke.
No LA.
I don't smoke. Yeah.
Don't smoke. You know what? That's a good place to start right there, man. With so many artists who definitely partake. I don't smoke either. What kept you away from it?
It just ain't me.
That's dope.
It's not my thing, really.
What is your vice?
I don't know. I probably got a lot. I'm a man, so I like females a lot.
That's good. That's a good way to start.
What else? I'm not really a drinker or nothing like that. I really like to make music and paint and design clothes.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Those are good outlets. Those are good outlets for sure, man. So let's pick it up right there on the music, man. Sophomore album out there right now, man. How you feeling about it?
I feel amazed at like how people is just taking the music in, because I knew it was gonna be shocking to people because I'm speaking in a different vein. You know what I'm saying? Like, people used to the turn up records, people used to Shabba work, Let It Go. Now I'm talking about more of my life story and who I am as a person.
Absolutely.
Trap Lord was a piece of me. It was a side of me. Always Strive and Prosper is all of Ferg, and the Ferg before the Ferg y'all know today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What made you want to let people into that space and let them know who you are outside of just ASAP Ferg, Trap Lord turning up those records? Why did you make it more personal this time around? I
wanted my fans to understand who I was. I feel like I will have everlasting fans after they know who I am. They can relate more, rather than just creating on the surface hits, which can just go away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to, I wasn't trying to create a hit on this album. I was really just trying to connect to the people. And I think that translated well because I was just being myself. I knew when I first heard In My Mind by Pharrell or NERD, he was speaking to me. And I took it back to that, like, speaking to, my base fan who really could identify with me. Like, coming from the hood, wanting to do different things, being an outcast, being a unique person, and just really wanting to come out and be yourself. That's what I'm pushing, and I want more people to do that because I just feel like the game is so stagnant everywhere, not even just in music and fashion and art. Everybody wants to do what's safe.
Right.
And I want to do what I feel. Like, if you're doing what's safe, then, you should question yourself.
Right.
Like, damn, why do I like this color? Is it because everybody's wearing this color? Is it because subconsciously they're marketing this color in all of these stores now? Or, all of a sudden they're doing army coats. So, damn, should I get an army coat? Nah, you do what you do. Like, I wore a Mickey Mouse shirt because I felt like wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt today. Too. Exactly. And my grandmother used to call me Mickey Mouse. So, you know what I'm saying? I got my own meaning, and I want to push forth that energy to let kids know, man, just be yourself.
True indeed.
Because more colors is better than one.
That's very, very true. Variety, man. Variety is the spice of life. I love the fact that you touched on all of the different aspects of Ferg, from designing clothes to painting and all that shit. Where did your love of art and just being like an expressive person, how did that come about?
I think it was always like that. My father was an artist. He did the Bad Boys logo, the Uptown Cats logo.
Wow.
I grew up seeing him silk screen shirts and airbrushing and all of these things, and all his friends was into it. I was like running around getting paint all over my clothes when I was a kid, and I just kind of grew into it. So when I was old enough to kind of understand it, I just started doing my own art. And I've been into it, ever since then, whether it was clothes, whether it was painting, whether it was poetry or rap.
No doubt.
It all like kind of came at the same time.
And it's all expression, right? It's all ways that you express yourself. I heard something crazy on this album. I didn't know the conversation with you and Breezy.
Yeah.
And you was talking about you design belts.
Yeah.
What was that?
I was always designing things. Like I said, I did silk screening with my pops. But designing belts, that was like one of the things that really started to pick up for me. Excuse me. Like, I had Swiss Beats, I had Diggy Simmons, I had, Chris Brown.
Crazy.
And, that was, me coming from, like, the ghetto.
The hood.
And I'm like, I had to strive to get to that point, like, of, like, meeting up with these different stylists, getting they clothing budgets. Like, oh, he got $30,000 for sneakers and jeans or whatever. I was like, yo, just give me $1,000 out of that. I can make him some belts. You know what I'm saying? So that was like my hustle back in the days. But then they really started to like the clothing and started like hitting me up. And that's how like I started meeting them. So I knew Chris and Swiss way before I was rapping.
That's crazy.
You know, that's why they call me the Trap Lord, because I'm the Lord of different traps.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Trap Lord is here. ASAP Ferg. Make some noise for him, y'all. You got that new album just dropped this Friday. If you ain't heard it, we're going to give you every reason in the world to go buy it. My man DJ Steele is here. The number is 877-60 hip hop. For the people that's not in the building, we're going to make y'all feel like you're right here with us. Definitely call us up. You can holla at Ferg. You can holla at me. Still, play some joints off this new album. We're going to turn up. We're going to make it a party in here, all right?
Hey, so can I pick one?
Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
Hungry Ham.
Hungry Ham.
Yeah.
Let's do
Like
it.
that.
Hey, before we get into it, Hungry Ham is about my neighborhood. It's called Hungry Ham. It's on 143rd and Hamilton. It's in Harlem, and it's just talking about all of the crazy. Can I curse?
Yes, please curse.
All of the crazy motherfuckers on my block. That's just crazy that I grew up seeing, and you'll just kind of get a picture of
Thank
it
you,
listening
Ferg.
to this song.
I was going to ask you about that, but you already gave it up. Thanks, Ferg. Hungry Ham right here on Hip Hop Nation. DJ Still, ASAP Ferg, your tour guide, Torae. Let's get it.
This is Harmony's
The album release party continues.
Right here on Sirius XM Hip Hop Nation.
It's a celebration, bitches. My man ASAP Ferg is here. Make some noise, y'all.
Yeah.
Straight from Hungry Ham. You know what it is, man. That joint is produced by Skrillex, right?
Yep, produced by Skrillex, and I got my artist Crystal Caines on there as well.
You have an artist?
She's nice, yeah.
Okay.
I got two artists, Marty Baller and Crystal Caines.
Dope.
She also makes beats too. She made the Bone Thugs beat that's on my Trap Lord album.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's ill. How did you discover new talent?
They from my block, Hungry Ham.
From Hungry Ham.
Yeah.
That only makes sense.
Exactly.
True indeed. Is that a space that you want to move into? Is the mogul, the artist, putting other artists out and being a label head and shit like that?
I mean, if I really believe in them, I really don't got patience for nobody who don't want to push their own art though. So you got to meet me halfway. Like,
True indeed.
Really. And as far as just being an entrepreneur, like, I've never ever since I've started making T-shirts in junior high school, my father said, all right, I'm going to teach you how to make T-shirts, but, if somebody asks you how to make can you make a shirt for them, you just charge them $30. So I've always made money off of my art.
True
you know
indeed.
what I'm saying? So it's just natural for me. So I went to college. I was a business major.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I just understand marketing and business and all of that. So, when I see people with talent, they might not know how to market themselves, and I feel like I got the platform to help them out. So why not?
Yeah. I went to school for marketing and business as well, so that's crazy. Now on the joint Hungry Ham, there's a lyric on there. You talked about working at Ben and Jerry's.
Word.
You used to sell ice cream?
Working in Ben and Jerry's, it was scary. My life vision was blurry. You got talent. Why'd you here? I'm thinking, yeah, plus I am getting the belly. I remember mama screaming, you ain't gonna be like your Uncle Terry. Uncle Terry on the corner selling rocks. He don't care what you tell him. He a hustler.
True indeed.
Yeah, I
True
worked at Ben
indeed.
and
Clap it
Jerry's.
up for that, man. Ferg here, breaking down the lyrics. What else did you do that people might not be aware of, or some things that people might not know about Ferg before you really made it in rap?
I went to art school. I think a lot of people know that now. I used to paint. I'm just a well-rounded artist, and for me to be a celebrity is kind of weird because I was so behind the scenes.
Right.
Designing and stuff. Designers, they don't have to come out until the end of the show.
Right.
And usually they're dressed bummy and they don't want to be seen.
They downplay themselves so
Exactly.
they could push the art.
Exactly. So I was so used to doing that like when the people chose me after work dropped, they was like, nah, you got to do a video. People want to see you. And I was like, damn, I don't know where to start because I never had to be in front of the camera. But now I'm getting used to it, and that's why I'm opening up more on this album because I understand, I can't be like that with my fans. They need to know more about me.
True indeed.
Yeah, so it's a different form of art that I'm getting used to. I was always used to making music and battling people and having that aggressive side about me. But as far as on a major stage, a world stage, and being in front of thousands and thousands of people, Coachella, Wireless Festival, Splash Festival in Germany, it's a different ball game.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You can't mess up. You can't trip and fall on your face. Everything is like gotta be like practiced and well calculated.
True indeed. The transition from being a recluse or being behind the scenes to being in front of millions and millions of people, was that difficult for you?
Definitely. I mean, I mean, in the hood, if somebody look at you, it's a problem.
True indeed.
You know, I had to get used to that. You know, people just looking at me and knowing that it wasn't a problem. People were just probably admiring from afar. And, you know, I had that comfort zone, you know, had to hone in a little bit. But now I'm good. Like, you know, before I couldn't walk through the grocery, you know, market or, you know, go shopping or like my first 2 years of being famous was horrible. Like I could not go outside. I had to brace myself to like go outside and you know, it was different for me. But now I understand that it come with the territory and I know how to handle it now. Like if I see a fan bugging out, I'm like, don't bug out. We just gonna walk and talk and chill.
That's
like,
dope.
I like that approach better. Like even at my shows, I'll jump in the crowd as long as like, you know, they're not tripping. You know what I'm saying? I just be like, yo, I'm gonna come walk through the crowd, but just
be cool.
Yeah, we gonna mob. Like,
yeah, it's all love.
Yeah, we gonna turn. I want to turn up with y'all, party with y'all. I don't want y'all just looking at me party by myself.
That's weird, right?
Exactly.
Do you still do normal shit like go to the grocery store and chill, go get a cut?
I haven't been to the grocery store in a long time.
Fucking with Fresh Direct, right?
I go to the mall sometimes.
Okay.
I still go to art galleries. Yeah, I do the same shit, really. I do the same shit. It's just in a different way now.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta move different.
Now, we got this album out here, man. Very dope album. Let me just say that, man. If you don't got it, definitely make sure you get it. It's out there right now. I love the fact that we touched on it, that you were so open and transparent on this project and talked about a lot of dope shit.
Right.
You got your grandmoms on the joint. Beautiful People with Chuck D. Clap it up for Chuck D, Public Enemy. If you don't know about Public Enemy, make your way over to the Backspin at some point, Channel 43, and definitely listen to some PE. What was it like having your grandmoms on the project, and how did you link with Chuck D?
Well, it was crazy because I brought my grandmother in because I wanted her to hear the project, and I brought Yam's moms in because I wanted her to hear the project. I brought my mother in, I brought my little brother in, I brought the whole mob in, like all my homies, because I felt like if I could make this album relatable to everybody, then it could be a well-rounded album, and the world will fuck with it. You know, your grandmother could dance to a song on it. Your little brother is banging a song on there. You know, it was a song on there for everybody. But my grandmother, she's so artsy. She's an African dancer. She does different dances, teaches dance class, and she's into poetry and stuff. So I never seen her do anything like that, so I was like, that'll be dope to actually put on the song. She was on the song before Chuck D, and then I ran into Chuck D like at this restaurant, and I exchanged contacts with him.
That's random.
Yeah, and you know, but it wasn't even really random like that because I needed him on the song, and I was trying to figure out how I was gonna get him on the song. So I guess me just putting it in the universe.
The universe, B.
He was like literally there, like when I said I needed him 2 days later.
That's crazy.
And we made it happen. He gave me the verse he gave me his vocals dumb fast. You know, it's like 2 unreleased verses that he got.
Word.
That's not even on the album.
Oh, now I'm coming to the studio. I need to hear all that. Make some noise one time, y'all. Ferg is here. We're going to get to these phone calls too, man. A lot of people on the phone lines already. 877-60 hip hop. Before we do that though, man, I want to play some more joints. I want to talk about your relationship with Missy Elliott, man. She's on a joint called Strive. I saw that you said she was like, you know, like a big sis, like a mentor and all that.
She is a big sister to me.
Crazy. So we're going to get into that joint, the Strive joint. We come back, we're going to chop it up with Ferg some more. If y'all feeling good, let me hear y'all make some noise, y'all. Yeah. Make sure you Snapchat us, you know what I mean? Tweet us, all that shit. Post it on your IG at Hip Hop Nation. ASAP Ferg is here. We doing it, man. The Trap Lord is here. Always Strive and Prosper out right now. Let's get it.
The album release party continues.
Right here on Sirius XM Hip Hop Nation.
Yeah, man, we doing it for the bro ASAP Ferg today. That new album is out right now. Make some noise, Hip Hop Nation. Now, Ferg, something that's like a reoccurring theme that I hear in the music and the album is you making reference to your uncle, who was obviously a very large influence on you.
Right.
And talking about your pops and your grandmother, both of your grandmothers. One is on the project and one you referred to that passed away. How difficult was all of that? And of course, then you lost, Yams as well last year. How was it dealing with all that adversity and, people that you love and, losing them, and how did you cope with it all?
Where you from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
You dealt with it too, right?
Absolutely.
It's what makes us strong. I lost a lot of people before Yams. I lost my father. I lost my cousin that was my age in less than a year, back to back. I lost my grandmother. I seen one of my friends get murdered. I seen a lot of things, and this game is kind of like a piece of cake because it could be way worse. I feel like
that's very real.
With the whole thing with Yams, it's like it's a sad situation because he was a son, and his mother, that was her only son. So when she calls me every day and I'm speaking to her, I sometimes don't even want to talk about my mom's to her,
right? Because
I don't know how she feels about that, and it's just a tough thing when you losing a son and a really good friend, a visionary, and it's just the way I deal with it is just how I deal with it. I think about it every day. Is not for 1 second I just don't think about my pops or my grandmother or my cousin or Yams. I'm constantly reminded of everybody that I lost, but you just learn to cope with it, And
does that make your bond with everybody else around you stronger, just understanding how precious life is?
Well, it's not that. We just understand that, like, we could go any second, so you gotta, like, if I could fly and go see Rocky for about 2 days, because he's in LA or he's doing something out there and I got free time on my hands, and I'm going to do that. If the mob is out here and they working on tapes or whatever, I'm going to go check on them and see what's going on, because we all got different schedules, but we understand that, we could all go, like, any second. Like, life is not guaranteed tomorrow, so.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. Clap it up for that, y'all. That's real. Getting back into the music, first of all, how many of y'all loving that new level? Make some noise. Y'all love that new level? Crazy record. I love the energy. I love the way you delivered the record. It felt very Ferg. It felt very dope. And I love what you singing on the record, man. A line that struck and hit me in particular was, provide jobs for my whole blocks. I cannot slow down. Yeah. Do you feel like you have a responsibility now that you are in this position where you are, to make sure that you take care of your people and stay in this position so that everybody else can continue on doing what they're doing?
I have a responsibility to help people that's trying to help themselves. I don't think that everybody in my block deserves help, you know what I'm saying, because they're not even trying to help themselves. And, that'll just pull me down. Right. You know what I'm saying? I need assistance as well.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I feel like it's a duty for me to, if I see somebody climbing to the top and I see like they got a little bit of something, talent or whatnot, then if I can help them with it, or if it's just talking to them or, bringing them around so they can see different things, then cool, like, so be it. But if you're not trying to help yourself, I'm not even gonna waste my time.
No doubt. You know what I want to do? Let's get into that joint right now, man. New level, it's ASAP Ferg, Future's on the joint. We're gonna talk about Thought It Was Drought too. We waiting on that. It's Hip Hop Nation. Hit us up at Hip Hop Nation on your Twitters, on your Instagram. Make some noise for ASAP Ferg, y'all. Yeah, man. We taking it to a new level. DJ Still, let's go.
The album release party continues.
Don't it sound so good to you?
Live on Hip Hop Nation.
We absolutely on a new level in here. Hip Hop Nation, make some noise for me, y'all. ASAP Ferg is here. Always Strive and Prosper is the album. If you ain't got it, you definitely playing yourself. Make sure you scoop that up. Now, we mentioned Missy Elliott, but I didn't get a chance to really get into it. How did you guys even form a relationship?
Well, Missy cousin Courtney called me on the phone when I was out there working with Lex Luger, and he was basically like, "Yo, Timbaland wants you to come to the studio and meet Missy."
Wow!
And I was like, "What?" I was like, "I wish I could have been there in 2 more seconds." But, you know what I'm saying? But I walked in the studio and it was just like I felt every heartbeat and step into that studio space that they was in. Magoo was in there, Missy was there, Timbaland was there, and I just wanted to play one song for them, really, after we spoke a little bit. And the first song I played was Strive. And 30 seconds into the song, Missy was like, "Hold up, stop the song, stop the music. This is the music I want to make." She turned to Timbaland, she's like, "This is the music I want to make." So that was like validation for me. Like, damn, that's like this is the reason. You know what I'm saying? This is why we can, make really, really artistic, innovative visuals to our music because of this lady right here. And it was just like a vibe ever since then. And she was just like, if you was like a rapper back then, you would have been with us. So that was like,
that's crazy.
That was mad flattery.
That's
like,
crazy. Clap it up for that. That's crazy.
And then on top of that, Timbaland was like, Timbaland just kept going on about my verse on B-Boy that I did with Big Sean and Meek Mills. He was like, "Oh, you smashed that song."
That was nuts.
Yeah, so
that was nuts.
And then he kept talking about Shabba, and I was just like, "How you find out about my music?" And he said Jay-Z put him onto my music.
Damn.
Yeah, and then I met Jay the next day at Kanye West fashion show.
Crazy.
And I told him I was in the studio with Timbaland and how he told me how you put him onto my music, and he said R.I.P. ASAP Yams and all of that. Was cool.
That's crazy. And then Kanye, just to bring it full circle, actually tweeted, "I love this new ASAP Ferg album."
Right. Yep, he tweeted the album. He showed love.
When you get validation from somebody like Missy and Tim who definitely put their stamp in this game, and a guy like Jay-Z who's an icon and a mogul, and a guy like Kanye who continues to push the envelope in music and fashion, coming from a crew
and Pharrell.
With no cosigns, like y'all fucking came up and did it on your own. So to get this validation from these superstars, what does that feel like for you?
It feels like I'm just doing the right thing and to keep pushing forward. Yeah, I feel like I'm them, but just I'm younger and I'm newer.
The new versions.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I love it, man. ASAP Ferg is here, the ASAP Mob on the check-in. You know what I want to do? Because I definitely want to get a couple questions from the audience. Let's go to the phones one more time, man. I want to make sure the people, all my tourists around the world, is taken care of. ASAP Ferg is here. That new album is out right now. Can I get into something that I like off the album?
Yeah, definitely.
I like the joint. I love the joint with you and Big Sean, man.
Okay, World Is Mine.
World Is Mine is dope, man. Sean came in and really smoothed out the hook, and it's just a dope joint, man. I like that energy.
Sean is a smooth dude.
He really, he got like.
Shouts to Sean.
He got a whole gigolo vibe.
Sean is like the new Mace. Yeah.
Shout out to Harlem. So let's get into that. We come back. We're gonna definitely get some questions from the audience and all that. ASAP Ferg is here. It's a celebration. Bitches, turn up. If you ain't got that album, you playing yourself, and you know what Khaled says. Hey, don't never play yourself.
Get that deluxe too. Best Buy.
Get that, man. Let's get into the joint. That's right, man. We live here on Hip Hop Nation. Make some noise, studio audience. Shit feel like the new 106 in Park in here. So before we go, man, Ferg, I know you got a lot to do, but I definitely wanted to have some of the studio audience chop it up with you and get a chance to ask you some questions, because they can't do that everywhere. But over here on Hip Hop Nation, we make it special. So you gonna go first. What's your name, my G?
DJ Ratchet from DC.
No doubt. DJ Ratchet from DC.
What's going on, ASAP Ferg?
Good, bro.
DJ Ratchet from DC checking in.
No doubt.
Not too many personal questions for you, but when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you do?
First thing I do is I try not to reach for my phone, but I just wake up and I just kind of think, what do I have to do for the day? And I start to like note down everything I got to do for the day, just so I can feel like I'm knocking things off the
Definitely,
checklist.
definitely, yeah. And you're a big fashion icon in today's hip hop industry. So when you get dressed, do you put on your shirt first, or do you look for your pants that you're gonna do, or your shoes? How do you figure your whole wardrobe out for the day?
Well, I've been wearing the same jeans for about a week. But I just bought these new Calm Digger Zone sneakers, and
those are fresh.
It's whatever I'm feeling like at the moment.
Okay, definitely.
That's what it is, man. Clap it up one time, y'all. DC on the check-in. Come here, love. What's your name?
Shakila from Harlem.
Shakila from Harlem. Harlem here.
I want to ask you, what is the best advice that you've been given, and what kind of advice that you can give to somebody trying to get their foot in the door?
Off rip, Missy told me to just be myself. I'm unique, and don't listen to people that got negative things to say, and just keep pushing forward and being innovative. I tell people just the same thing, be themselves. Like I said before, it's enough people that want to be like other people. We need more people that's just gonna spearhead a new just a whole another look, like another just. We need new shit, period.
Bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Still and I was just talking about that, man. How everything is so mundane and convoluted. What's exciting, man? We need that excitement.
Exactly.
We need some different shit.
Even if you may think it's wrong at the moment, just like you need to shake people
just
up
do
sometimes.
it. Yeah, fuck it. If you safe, if you comfortable, then you're not taking no chances, and that shit is boring. We're gonna take one more question. What's your name, my G?
My name Jawan.
Come on. You gotta give me some energy,
bro.
Jawan. What's your name, man?
My name Jawan. All right. So here's my question: how was high school life for you? Like, when you was growing up with your friends. I know it was like I say a group of 4, you and 3 other friends. How was high school life from freshman to senior year?
High school was cool. Junior high school was popping. Cause junior high school was in the hood, so it was like I seen like all my it was like the Spanish and black girls, this, that, and third. But when I went to art and design, it was kind of different for me at first because it wasn't about getting fly no more. Like it wasn't about like you had golf kids, you had gay kids, you had hoodlums, you had thieves, you had all types of people that came together to do art. So it was just real different for me at first, but then I realized that was the world. So it prepped me to be who I am in the world. So it was real good.
Very, very dope question, man. That's ill. That's definitely ill. ASAP Ferg is here, man. Listen, we only got an hour. Hour is never enough time, but I'm glad we was able to chop it up with you and let everybody know that this new phenomenal album is out there. It's not no cookie cutter shit. It's going against the grain. He took chances. He took risks, and I think it came out amazing, man. If it's one thing left that you could say to the people about the project or about Ferg, what is it?
Get it and listen to it very thoroughly. Listen to it, which is by yourself, with your friends. Share the music. Have a discussion about it. It's a work of art. Like I spent about 2 years creating this album, and just basically finding the right song to the soundtrack for my life.
True indeed, and it's very dope, man. We're gonna get into one more joint before we get up out of here. What is it, Ferg? What you want to hear?
Swipe Life.
Swipe Life.
Yeah, Rick Ross.
Featuring Rose.
Yeah.
That's what I had on deck. That's what I had on deck to play.
That's a great way to go out. I need y'all to make some noise, studio audience. ASAP Ferg, thank you, man, for coming through. It's been amazing watching your journey. Like I said, man, the first time we chopped it up was on Rap Fix. Shout out to the big homie Sway. And just to see you, 2 projects later and the mixtape and all that killing shit, man. Keep rocking. Always strive and prosper, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into it. It's Hip Hop Nation.
Running around getting paint all over my clothes when I was a kid. And I just kind of grew into it. So when I was old enough to kind of understand it, I just started doing my own art. And I've been into it, ever since then, whether it was clothes, whether it was painting, whether it was poetry or rap.
No doubt.
It all kind of came at the same time.
And it's all expression, right? It's all the ways that you express yourself. I heard something crazy on this album. I didn't know the conversation with you and Breezy.
Yeah.
And you was talking about you design belts.
Yeah.
What was that?
I was always designing things. Like I said, I did silk screening with my pops. But designing belts, that was like one of the things that really started to pick up for me. Excuse me. Like I had Swiss Beats, I had Diggy Simmons, I had Chris Brown.
Crazy.
And that was me coming from the ghetto,
the hood.
And I'm like, I had to strive to get to that. As wearing this color, is it because subconsciously they're marketing this color in all of these stores now, or all of a sudden they're doing army coats? So damn, should I get an army coat? Nah, you do what you do. Like I wore a Mickey Mouse shirt because I felt like wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt today.
Too.
Exactly, and my grandmother used to call me Mickey Mouse. So you know what I'm saying? I got my own meaning, and I want to push forth that energy to let kids know, man, just be yourself.
True indeed.
Because more colors is better than one.
That's very, very true. Variety, man. Variety is the spice of life. I love the fact that you touched on all of the different aspects of Ferg, from designing clothes to painting and all that shit. Where did your love of art and just being like an expressive person, how did that come about?
I think it was always like that. My father was an artist. He did the Bad Boys logo, the Uptown Cats logo.
Wow.
I grew up seeing him silk screen shirts and airbrushing and all of these things, and all his friends was into it. I was like,
Ferg is here. This is Hip Hop Nation. This is special, man. New album is out there right now. Always strive and prosper. What's good, Ferg? How you feeling, man?
I feel good, man. I just got back from LA.
Crazy.
I'm like a little jet lag right now.
A little jet lag?
Yeah, like straight
plus
from
a little
the
bit of
airport.
that LA too, right?
Oh no. I don't smoke.
No LA.
I don't smoke. Yeah.
Don't smoke. That's you know what? That's a good place to start right there, man. With so many artists who definitely partake. I don't smoke either. What kept you away from it?
It just ain't me.
That's dope.
It's not my thing, really.
What is your vice?
I don't know. I probably got a lot. I'm a man, so I like females a lot.
That's good. That's a good way to start.
What else? I'm not really a drinker or nothing like that. I really like to make music and paint and design clothes.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Those are good outlets.
You know, rather than just creating on the surface hits, which can just go away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to, I wasn't trying to create a hit on this album. I was really just trying to connect to the people. And I think that translated well because I was just being myself. I knew when I first heard In My Mind by Pharrell or NERD, he was speaking to me. And I took it back to that, like, speaking to, my base fan who really could identify with me, like, coming from the hood, wanting to do different things, being an outcast, being a unique person, and just really wanting to come out and be yourself. That's what I'm pushing, and I want more people to do that because I just feel like the game is so stagnant everywhere, not even just in music and fashion and art. Everybody wants to do what's safe,
right?
And I want to do what I feel. Like, if you're doing what's safe, then you should question yourself, right? Like, damn, why do I like this color? Is it because everybody?
Those are good outlets for sure, man. So let's pick it up right there on the music, man. Sophomore album out there right now, man. How you feeling about it?
I feel amazed at like how people is just taking the music in because I knew it was gonna be shocking to people because I'm speaking in a different vein. You know what I'm saying? Like, people used to the turn up records, people used to Shabba work, Let It Go. Now I'm talking about more of my life story and who I am as a person.
Absolutely.
Trap Lord was a piece of me. It was a side of me. Always Driving Prosper is all of Ferg, and the Ferg before the Ferg y'all know today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What made you want to let people into that space and let them know who you are outside of just ASAP Ferg, Trap Lord turning up those records? Why did you make it more personal this time around?
I wanted my fans to understand who I was. I feel like I will have everlasting fans after they know who I am. They can relate more.